So I've just done, say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, about 15 yards, and there's 51 balls. And you know, getting a bit tired really, losing enthusiasm for it. It's a pretty warm day, and so there's the ones I already had, just in case you think I've just planted them. But this is what we're dealing with, and I'll take them back and I'll leave them in bleach for an hour, and that will bring them all brand new. And then I shall work out some way of how I'm gonna sell them, because 1,000 golf balls, best part of 1,000 quid, just sitting there. And you know, I bought my electric mountain bike for 750 quid, so it's a useful amount of money. And well, by the time I've got this bag filled with these, it's getting pretty weighty. And I don't really want to be lugging around 10 kilos. But the thing is about this, people, it's just about how prepared are you to go that extra mile on anything, just to think a little bit more and to go a little bit deeper. And so if I were a gypsy, then of course I'd never starve, because I know what you can eat. And I'd never go without money, because there's loads of these golf courses in this vicinity. They're about every 3 miles. Golf's big business these days, and so I could spend each and every day going around these golf courses and you know, go from city to city, even county to county, you know, when you finally exhaust them. Because doing what I've just done there, that's the deep screening, that's deep screening, and that's took years to build. Could be 20 years, you know, something like that, of balls being lost and then falling under one leaf, and then the season's going by, and before you know it, I saw that bit of red in there. Got a keen eye, people. Yes, so I could actually earn £100 a day anyway, and it wouldn't need to take me 8 hours. But that's like an hour. That's an hour. And well, I'm done at that. I've got my Newcastle Browning there. I'm going to pop that, and then I'm going to go on my mushroom foraging. It's a beautiful day, nice and mild. Sun pops out now and again. And so, you know, all my life I've been an entrepreneur. Like I say, when I was like 9 years old, I was selling golf balls in my village. I was a cub at 9 years old, and we'd do bobber jobs. Now, the bobber job for the cub thing would just be to raise a little bit of money, and it'd last maybe the whole of the summer holidays, 2 months, you know, and then you'd have a job, 10 pence a job. And that would be you clean up some leaves, or maybe you wash someone's car, or you do a bit of weeding. You know, you're like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, probably even less being a cub. I wasn't even a scout. But I thought to myself, well, I can do this for them, why don't I do it for myself? And so that's what I did do. I used to go knocking on doors and asking if anyone wanted any gardening, because I was a very good worker. I had a great work ethic, and I was guided by my old man, and he showed me how to do lots of things. And so I was renowned around the village for being a gardener. And you know, if anybody wanted the tree cutting down, I'd be climbing up the tree and cutting it down, you know, all these different sorts of stuff which people were too afraid to do. And then I started to sell go-karts. I used to you know, go to the refuse tips and get the old prams, you know, back in the day with the old pram wheels. And then I'd be making wooden go-karts and selling them to the kids in the village. And then that escalated. I was buying up old push bikes, you know, old push bikes which got a flat tyre, nobody can be bothered with it, the kids outgrown it. Then I'd go round and I'd offer them, you know, a quid for it or something like that. Then I'd rub all the frame down and I'd give it to my dad to spray, because he was he ran his own motor trade business. So he'd spray it in the initial days, but then when I was older, I used to go to learn his trade. Then I could spray my own frame. So I'd rub all the chrome down with wire wool. They'd be like brand new by the time I'd finished with them, and I'd spray them in beautiful metallic colours. Then I'd put them in the local paper, and I'd make good money. And I had, you know, a lot of them. I always had, like, you know, about 5 bikes waiting to get sold, and another 5 bikes that I was working on. So I always used to do a lot of things, very entrepreneurial, and I went on to do that for the rest of my life. But just seeing a little bit of an avenue where you can earn some money, you know. And so when I was going to school, you know, I was finding all these golf balls, and so I had lots of money. And also then when I was like 14 and 15, I was working in a pub doing the bottling up. So I'd go round after school, I'd spend like an hour and a half. I'd have to go into the shed where they stored all the bottles. First of all, I'd have to write how many Newcastle Brown and how many Mackerson and how many Guinness that were used, and then I'd go and get them from out the crates and then stack them back in and all that. And so I was earning money from doing that as well. But then I discovered that there's not too much stock taking going on in the shed, and they weren't missing like 10 bottles a time. So most of the time the boss, he was an ex-war veteran. He was a Spitfire pilot, and he'd lost one of his legs in the war, and so you know, he had like a wooden leg at that time. It wasn't the fucking proper leg, you know. He used to hear me come in, and then he used to say, I'm finished, Mr. Metcalf, and he'd say, okay, and then I'd leave, and so he wouldn't even check. So oh goodness me, yeah. Anyway, people, I'm gonna have a sup on my Nuki and continue to enjoy myself.